And welcome back, my friends, to Curse of Darkness. I'm at the top of the Tower of Eternity, and that in the distance is the Tower of Evermore. Long glide into the moon! Long glide away!
Finally, this game will be over.
Tower of Evermore.
I seriously don't know what to expect here.
The secret of the Tower of Evermore.
Oh, whoa, 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 whoa! That's a lot of, pillow.
By the way, this weapon causes enemies that normally wouldn't flinch from certain attacks to flinch, like, with every attack it does.
That's amazing.
Uh-huh. It also counts as a light-based weapon. Oh, can you turn the TV up a little bit? Oh. Don't know why. Oh, and, let's welcome back Jack Attack.
Jack attack.
Oh, Jack. He gives me the biggest stat boosts. By having him summoned, I get plus 70 to strength, 22 to con, and 55 to luck.
Wow.
He will also randomly attack people and do a decent amount of damage while he's at it.
If he ever hits anyone.
Yeah. One thing that he does that I didn't even know was an attack at one time is he will sometimes randomly just start bawling his eyes out, crying. But it's actually an it's like comical anime crying with, you know, the fountain tears.
Yeah.
And it's actually an attack. It stuns enemies.
So, is there a boss?
No.
Oh, it's just a tower of enemies?
Yeah, just like the last tower.
I see. Is there a big prize at the end?
Yes, kind of.
Yay.
There'll be prizes! Oh, these guys. I definitely want this thing. These guys are resistant to pretty much everything except for, like, fire. But, so they're kind of resistant to the weapon, but, you know... What you gonna do? What you gonna do?
How are they gonna hit you if they keep flinching constantly?
Exactly. That's the point. Oh, this feels so cheap. I love it! Die!
That's the point. Wow, if there's just one enemy in the room, they're just completely helpless.
Yep. It also combos well with my Innocent Devils.
What is that weapon called?
It is called... Hin.
Okay, that's... wow.
It's like a Tonfa. Let me summon... Renon.
Go, Renon! Ren on, ren off. Ren on, ren off.
1, 2, 3, chain! And he's dead.
Yay!
It actually has the same attack power as my laser sword, but for some odd reason it does more damage per hit.
Huh.
Don't ask me why.
What's so great about that armor?
I don't know. Kaboom.
Wow.
Kaboom. She's Katie. Katie Kaboom. That's one of the worst skits in all of anime.
Yeah, actually it was one of the worst skits now that I think about it. I'd rather watch Chicken Boo, Pinky and the Brain, really any of them!
It's like she gets mad and she blows off. Oh, she turns into a big monster, then blows off.
No, that's...
I think the car one was, like, probably the best out of those. Well, it's not really saying much.
Let it go blue.
The song was okay.
Yeah.
The song was catchy, but
It's okay. You know how bad it was? That's like the only Animaniacs skit that I completely forgot existed. Like the Good Feathers, We Didn't Runt, Pinky and the Brain had their own show. Did Slappy and the Squirrel have their own show? Too?
I don't know. I don't think she did, but she was definitely one of the better skits.
I think they gave her full running time sometimes.
Yeah. She should have had her own show. Slappy Squirrel should have had her own show.
Yeah.
She really should have.
Very funny.
I'm just cycling. Oh, making her debut, Twinkle the Comet Star Fairy.
Huh.
She can heal me for 200 damage, and sometimes she'll use attacks of her own.
Oh, there was that one, I can't remember what it was called. I think the girl's name might have been Mindy or something. The dog who was always trying to protect the little girl.
There it goes. Twinkle Star.
Wow.
This thing has 407 attack power. Twinkle Star is doing about 20 damage a hit. It does a tenth of a half of its
actually
attack power.
Two completely different skits that feature dogs.
Yeah, definitely yeah. Oh, another attack this fairy has that only ever does 1 damage, like, ever. But, she can sing, and it can actually put, like, every enemy in the area to sleep.
Nice.
Oh, Blaze Phantoms! I figured out how to steal from these assholes, which is actually how I made this.
Oh?
When they do their backflip kick, you get a perfect guard. They go spiraling away from you. Oh, another new toy I made, thanks to them. This Force Glove. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, wait, wrong move. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. 5.
Oh! That's cool.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Die!
Nice.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Die! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6. Oh, he got hit by Twinkle Shot. The nice thing, even though Twinkle Shot only does about 20 damage a hit, it does hit about usually 3 to 4 times on most enemies, and it's coming from something that can't fucking die.
Yeah, like, man, boom. That character, that skit. Like, it's so funny when, like, you completely forget something and then someone reminds you and you're like, oh my gosh, that existed! That's the feeling I get when I think about that character. Like, that's a thing that existed? Oh my gosh. It's a chicken, I tell you! A giant chicken!
That was another somewhat decent Katie Kaboom skit, because it was when they were, like, having all the characters crossing over.
Oh, that was awesome. I love that.
Because, she was dating the chicken, and people kept trying to tell her that he's a chicken, and she's like, he is not a chicken!
Oh, is that what made her go mad?
Yeah. Thank you.
Sleeping, sleeping. Oh,
These Blaze Phantoms are weakness to light.
Sure, I'm glad this is the last episode of this game.
By the way, flinching weapons don't work so well against final guards, because every time they flinch, even if they're sleeping, they get that shield around them. They don't have the shield around them if they're sleeping, if they're sleeping, stunned, or if they're attacking or running really fast.
Yeah, it's taking a while to take him down with that.
So it's best to use weapons that don't make them flinch.
You know, it's a shame that this game wasn't made for the Wii U. It would make switching stuff a lot easier.
Yeah. Although, I kind of wish it had that that little real-time menu that the previous game had and just like, oh, you want to control the camera with the second analog stick? Well, just move the stick. You want to open the menu with the stick? Click it. Click it down, and the menu will come up.
Wow.
Like, why not just do that?
That sounds like something that could work for Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah. But you know what? No game ever does that! Because they're stupid! They're made of stupid and fail and suck! These guys are weakness, too.
So, does it say which floor you're on?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. How many floors are there?
Same as the previous tower.
What's that, 30?
50.
Whoa.
But here I start at the top and go down.
Oh, so the lower the number, the further you've gotten.
Yes. That's why I had to glide to the top to climb back down.
36. Wow, you got a ways to go, huh?
One good way to kill these guys is to get far away from them to bait them to running at you, and then just have a mage zap them to death.
Kill them. Kill them all!
Ooh, I also made this feather sword. It's a giant sword, so it has different combos.
Huh.
And one combo... Oh, one good thing about this weapon, it's hard for people to make you flinch when you're using it. When you're using its combos, even if I get hit by stuff, I usually won't flinch. There are some things that will make me flinch when I'm using this weapon, though.
Huh. There goes the skeleton riders, not riding skeletons again.
I'm just trying to let everybody get a little bit in the action.
And that enemy reminded me of how bad the good dinosaur is. Oh gosh.
Oh, this floor's clear.
Like, wow. The Good Dinosaur, for anyone who hasn't seen it,
it's better than Cars 2.
It's better than Cars 2, but surprisingly not better than Cars 1. Because as stupid of an idea as Cars was, at least it did a decent job of giving us time with the characters and developing the characters.
And it had some nice moments, and whatever.
And it also wasn't boring! I never felt bored when I saw Cars. There are several times in The Good Dinosaur when I feel bored.
By the way, you don't actually have to kill these red skeletons, but since my fancy mage has the ability to kill them permanently, might as well summon him just in case he decides to actually do that.
So, here's something very, very intriguing about both Inside Out and A Good Dinosaur. Do you know what they both have in common, other than being made by Pixar, obviously?
What?
They both were projects that were doing terribly, and they had to go back and go back to step one and completely remake the entire movie from scratch to get it to. That's how bad the first drafts or the first attempts at these movies were. They had to go back and try again. The difference between them is that for Inside Out, it actually worked. Inside Out is like, we don't know what's the motivation of this character, we're having trouble with the plot and everything. They went back and they worked it all out. And it's amazing. They tried the same thing with The Good Dinosaur and
Why are you lightning zapping the damn skeleton? Zap that guy! Zap that guy, not that guy. Use Purify on that guy.
Yeah.
Purify the guy.
But it's crazy how, you can, completely restart a project from scratch for one movie, and completely restart a project for another movie, and only one of them would turn out to be a good movie.
And it wasn't the one with good in the
And
title.
let me tell you, I saw some of the deleted scenes and first attempts of Inside Out. That movie could have been just as bad as The Good Dinosaur, if not worse, if they had gone the way they were going.
Really? Like, what were they planning that was going to
I'll tell you. It's very easy to tell you. I'll tell you, like, very short. They were going to make Joy mean-spirited and mean.
Why?
Because they wanted to have her, like, frustrated by how Riley was changing. Like, you know, she's getting older and changing, and she's not really the little girl that she was.
Uh-huh.
So, like, they had Joy say all kinds of horrible things, like Riley was meeting new friends, and Joy wanted Riley to go on the swing set, but she wasn't going. So, like, Riley was talking to these girls, and Joy says, I kid you not, we should spit in their faces. Does that sound like something the Joy we know would say?
Disgust would probably say that.
Yeah, Disgust would say something like that. But Joy definitely wouldn't. But it gets even worse. Like, I can't remember for what character she was talking about. Maybe it was a boy or something that Riley knew. But, like Joy said, like, we should break his legs. And I'm like, what the fuck? What is this? This isn't Joy! This is insanity! Hello, I'm insanity!
From Joy, insanity is born.
Yeah, it's a frost demon and they're all dead.
Well, of course, I shot them all with sorcery flame.
But, so yeah, I am so happy that they didn't go the route they were going to go. The movie would have been terrible. They also had another... You know how in the movie the emotions really only control, well, her emotions? Mm-hmm. They can give her ideas and stuff, but they really, for the most part, just control her emotions. In the original concept, they were going to be speaking through a microphone, giving her commands. Which doesn't make any sense, really.
I like the command board.
Yeah, whereas, like...
I mean, the control panel.
They really don't, like, okay, you're going to be happy and do this exact thing. They're just like, you're happy. Or you're angry, or you're scared. That's really it. In the movie, it looked like they might have had even more control. Or
in the movie?
In the concept for a movie. It looked like they were going to have even more control or something. Or directly talking to her, which is so weird.
Speaking of weird, I just summoned this guy and all of a sudden...
That's funny. So yeah, but you know what's really funny is that this isn't the first time Pixar has made this mistake.
Yeah, I remember there was something like that with Toy Story.
Yes, in Toy Story.
I've seen some of that shit, like...
Yeah, like, Woody was going to be...
a dick.
A total dick. Like, the story was not working so much that Pixar was in danger of being...
But you know what's even funnier, though?
What?
That wasn't what Pixar wanted for Toy Story. That was mandates from Disney.
Really?
Really! And then Disney started asking people, like, well, what's going on? Why is this working? Someone's like, because they're not making the movie they want to make.
Yeah.
Disney kind of wanted Pixar to be a bit more edgier than Disney's normal stuff.
Oh. Wow.
Now, I don't know if that was kind of the case with Inside Out as well. I mean, I have no idea, like...
I think it was just they were having trouble figuring out what joy was about. Like...
And in the end, the movie was all about figuring out what sadness was
about. Yeah, and that's the thing. they were trying to make it all about Joy, and Joy is definitely one of the main characters, an important character, but the key to the whole movie was sadness.
Wah.
And it's like, oh, spoiler alert, it was all about... Is that really a spoiler? I mean, really? Is that really a big spoiler for that movie? And not to mention that movie came out over a year ago.
And it's on Blu-ray.
It's on Blu-ray.
DVD and stuff now, so...
The spoiler date has expired, probably. And if it hasn't, I don't care. But yeah, it's funny because the director, I believe it was the director, went for a walk in the forest and he was recording himself and was like, I'm stressed out, I'm having a really hard time.
Oh, hey, it's those things that you thought were completely made up, but turns out they
weren't.
weren't.
Yeah, I looked it up the other day and they're actually...
That actually does come from something.
Yeah. But like, he was walking in the woods and he said, he's like, what makes our relationships, like, what does it? It's like, it's all about emotions, and then he realizes, like, but is joy really the most important things? Because the people I've been with the most, my family and friends, they're there for me when I'm sad, they're there for me when I'm scared. It's like, that's almost like, more, that's like just about more important than them being there when it's happy.
Oh, anybody can be around.
Anyone can be around when it's happy.
Or anyone can be around you when you're happy. I mean, unless you're happy because you're fucking...
Yeah. But yeah, like, electric swords. I'm sorry, getting off topic here.
Ooh, light rain.
But yeah, he came to realize that what was most important is for people that are around you when you're experiencing emotions like sadness. And he's like, sadness is so important. And then he's like, dude, this is the movie. It's like he just knew all of a sudden.
But the thing about sadness is a lot of times we often question, what? What is it good for? And we often think absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
It helps us grow.
Yep. Well, I thought it was here, but it's not, so whatever. Inside Out! Buy it on Blu-ray! The strategy guide's completely supported! It's like...
As Mark says, holding up a Scott Pilgrim case.
Yeah. I could've
Which is another movie that you should all buy and watch because it is fucking awesome.
You should have been supporting it when it was in the theaters because it bombed for some stupid reason. It's amazing. Get a time machine, build a time machine, go back in time, and support it so, like, it doesn't bomb. And then we can get maybe Seconds, which is another excellent Brian O'Malley graphic novel. That would be really cool. It's not. I don't like it as much as Scott Pilgrim, but it's a fun story about a girl who like gets the ability to go back in time, but only like.
It's kind of funny you're talking about going back in time, but then
did I say go back in time? And then I'm talking about there should be a movie about a girl that goes back.
Pretty much.
Yeah, that's funny. It's like the character's really nice. I like the character, I like the story.
She goes back in time, and you never finish that because I cut you off.
But yeah, but like every time she changes something, it's like the butterfly effect, where like you change something in the past, you think it's for the better, but it has negative consequences.
Well, everything has everything has positive and negative consequences. There is never going to be something that is 100%.
Like, she's trying to get her restaurant constructed, and like the construction crew basically says it's going to be a more expensive project, and like her boyfriend was talking about another contractor that like said they could do it for less, so she goes back in time and chooses that contractor instead.
But only to find out they suck.
Only to find out that in the end they charge even more than the other one did. It was like, what the heck?
But how? Why?
It's like a lot of weird changes happen. I don't know. I just would love to see the characters in live action, especially if they did such a good job casting as they did on Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah.
Oh, movie's amazing, man. Amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing. Sounds like something Mabel would say. It's amazing. It's amazing. Oh man, the series finale's coming up. No, I don't want to say goodbye to Gravity Falls ever.
It must end. All good things must end. Or do you want things to end up like Pokemon?
Yeah. Well, One Piece is going to be here for probably another 10, no, I'm hoping not 10 years, but at least several years to come. One Piece is going to go for a while.
You say as I'm using Big Frankie.
Yeah.
That's quite super.
I really did want to get a Iron Samurai Big Frankie model at Otakon. And it does exist, but they just weren't selling it at Otakon. I'm like, what is wrong with you people? And Hector's like, what is wrong with you? Just let me go. Ugh. You know, there's really not a lot. As far as the game is concerned, there's really not too much to talk about because you're killing the same enemies you've already killed so many times.
Well, at least I'm making it interesting by switching up my weapons and my innocent devil summons. You know, unlike Bloodborne with the same combo over and over again.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, did we just insult Bloodborne? Oh.
Yes.
And welcome back! A little bit of loudness there,
whoa.
just to let my future self know that this is where we return. Because we didn't mute the microphone. I could barely see what was happening there. You were hitting something!
Okay. Okay, you. 3, 4. Let's go for a walk!
What the heck? That was funny. So, Pokken Tournament, and for some reason, for the longest time, I was calling it
Pokken.
Pokken? What was it? Pocky? Are we playing as sticks of Pocky? Pokken Tournament.
I have a whole lot of recovery items.
Wow, yeah, you
Hot
do.
get a bad rap. Got milk.
So, like, recently, some Pokemon were announced for Pokken Tournament. 2 of which I was very happy for. One of which I'm sure Mike was happy about, even though there was kind of an altered version of him already in the game. But yeah, so they confirmed that Mewtwo, Braixen, and Garchomp were in the game.
I kind of have mixed feelings about Braixen because, yeah, I like Delphox more. Although Mark likes Braixen more, so. But I use a Delphox in one of my teams, so that it's for the both of us, I guess.
Yeah.
That is hilarious.
But Garchomp was announced, and I was so happy because for the longest time I've been wanting them to add a Dragon type. I still don't think we have a Bug type in the roster yet. Do we even have a Steel type? We got plenty of Fighting type. No, Steel type. Lucario's Steel type.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think most of the roster are Gardevoir, Psychic, and Fairy. We are at Gengar, but okay. Anyway, Garchomp, I was happy because I love the Dragon type. And then I like Braixen because Braixen is cute, and I've talked about so many cute things today in our recordings, I don't know why.
You like cuteness. Don't deny it.
And Mike has Mewtwo. Congratulations, Mike. You get regular old Mewtwo along with
Shadow Mewtwo.
Shadow Mewtwo. So congratulations. But there was one more Pokemon announced.
And ironically, I used this Pokemon on one of my teams, and even I was like, what the fuck?
Like...
Vampire Blood! A pure red jewel created from drops of blood from those killed by Dracula. Mark of a demonic king.
Oh, you're on the 2nd floor?
Yes, and with vampire's blood and an armor I created off screen, I can make armor number 21.
Combination done. Dracula's clothes.
It only gives 30 defense, but if I was to equip it, which I'm not, it increases my attack, strength, and condition.
Huh.
So, it's actually not half bad armor-wise. And by the way, I just want to go real quick, go through all of these and show you. If you guys need to read the ingredients list, you can pause the video. Because I have made everything except Death's Scythe. And I can actually tell you what you need to make Death's Scythe. To make Death's Scythe, you need to have a battle axe, 7-bladed sword, one spear that I can't remember. It's the last spear on the list. It's the one made from stealing from Isaac, and the one I used to evolve my devil type innocent. Okay, that's the end of that list. Actually, when I get to the spear, I'll point it out.
Okay. Yeah, it should have been Halucha instead of
it should have been Halucha instead of the
Pikachu Libre.
Yeah. Anyways, the Shave Sara, I can't pronounce that fucking thing. You need that along with the other 3 weapons I mentioned. And then... whoops. Damn it. Ah, okay. There we go. And then you need Death's Pulse, which you steal from Death, and you can make the Death's Scythe.
Cool.
Special Gatling gun, but... Boomerang, Fire Flask.
I think they should...
I made this before, but then I used it immediately to make the Gatling gun. Oh, damn it.
I think they should stop adding starter Pokemon to Pokken Tournament because... there's just so many other Pokemon. Like, we've got so many starters already.
Starters are popular. Probably because you usually start with them. And they grow on you. And they grow with you.
I just want Caesar.
Yes, you do.
Just give me Caesar, please. I just want Caesar.
A la carte mail. Its actual in-game description is, look, 1 letter is off. It's not who you think. Also offers terrible defense.
Mm-hmm. Caesar, of course, has the disadvantage of being released in the 2nd generation, which is already a pretty much nail in the coffin that it'll never make it into Smash Brothers. No, we have to showcase the new Pokemon from the newest generations.
Golden Bones.
So this is the last floor?
Yes. And I actually don't need to kill everybody here. All I really need to do is break this wall. And I'm out.
that Golden Bones really wanted to club you there, like right as you were leaving.
And this exits me out into the Garibaldi Temple.
Yes. It's over. 36! 35. Still, 35 minutes!
Bye!
See you next time for...
more Spectrobes, I guess?
Spectrobes! Yeah, well,
or
Spectrobes in general. I haven't seen that yet.
Yeah, but we said see you next time for Spectrobes in the other finale.
Oh, yeah.
But that... we had posting issues.
But this is the real finale, so... Spectrobes, bye.